If your key only works when you jiggle it, this is why. Let me show you what's happening inside your lock, and I'm going to use this model to do so. So inside the lock, we have pins, and I have here, on a typical lock, we have springs, we have top pins, and then we have bottom pins. The bottom pins, as you can tell here, they have points on them, and that lets the key move in and out. In this plastic model, it's a little tougher to move in and out because that's not the function of this. But a phrase we're going to use a lot of times in this video is called the shear line. And the shear line is the space between the bottom pins. You see that black line that goes across? That's the shear line. In order for this lock to turn, this plug, we call this the plug where the key goes in. In order for this to turn, this shear line has to be perfectly flat, meaning the top pins cannot cross the shear line, and just like we're seeing right here, the bottom pin can't go up above the shear line. If either of those happen, your lock will not function at all. It won't turn at all. And as you can see here, when we do this, right here, see that? Now it won't turn at all. So the jiggling your keys to get a lock to work. This is the main issue right here. And it usually comes with a dirty lock or a worn out key. And just for numbers' sake, if we cut this key to a number 1 cut, we put in a number 1 pin. If this key starts to wear down or this pin starts to wear down, you no longer have a number 1. You might have a 0.9 or a 0.8, which means the shear line is affected directly. So when we jiggle a key, that's the number 1 culprit. Everything revolves around this shear line. Let me push this down real quick. If that shear line, as you can see, every pin is perfect along that black line, this will then turn, and you can see it operates the lock, right? See how flat these are. And you will see in a lot of my videos that this is what I talk about, the shear line. When I pin locks, take a look at my videos, and I walk through this a lot here. But this video is why you have to jiggle your key. So if this works perfect, and again, if this key starts to wear down, then this pin is going to fall lower, which means this top pin is going to cross that shear line and it won't work. When jiggling your key, what usually happens is one of these pins are stuck up top, just like this. You put the key in, you spray the lock, you've sprayed WD-40 or silicone or something in it. Over time, that has now all evaporated and gummed up. So what you're having to do, we have at least 1 pin, or it could be multiple pins that have crossed the shear line, like this. This won't work. So when you put the key in, you start to jiggle, and those start to fall down. You can see how they stick like that. When that crosses that shear line like that, whammo, this will turn. Again, if a pin, the reason you're, and it's not sticking up that far, but the point is it's crossing that shear line. When I jiggle that key, sometimes it moves that pin like that, whammo, letting this lock. So, if your key is ever hard to turn, you put it in, you turn it, you have to jiggle it, that's what's going on, is these pins right now are getting stuck. Number 1 time to call a locksmith. Preventative maintenance. We can fix this unless you let it go for a long time. I get the calls constantly of, it's been giving me trouble for about 6 months, but now it's not working. This is an easy fix if you call us when it's happening. And again, as you jiggle, watch this pin. When you jiggle, that finally goes down to then let the lock operate. This is real locksmith work. Learn the business. I can teach you. Make sure to subscribe, please. And I have more videos. Check out my videos.